You have been leaking your power for years, and you never saw where it was coming from. Every time you answered someone who did not respect you, you paid them with your energy. Every time you tried to justify yourself to people who had already decided to misunderstand you, you surrendered control over your emotions. This is the lesson weak men never discover and dominant men never forget. Your attention is not cheap. It is the most valuable resource you own, and yet you have been giving it away to people who would not lift a finger to protect you. Machiavelli understood this centuries ago. The ruler who pursues loses his authority. The ruler who stands still becomes the gravity. Tonight you learn the discipline that separates those who command from those who beg, the calculated strength of ignoring. Once you grasp this truth, no one will ever pull your strings again. Niccolò Machiavelli observed power where it truly lived. In private rooms, not public speeches, Florence was his arena. He watched rulers gain control and lose it. He studied popes, generals, traders, and kings. He analyzed authority like a craftsman studies steel. And through all his observations, one pattern never changed. The man who chased approval lost influence. The man who pulled back gained leverage. Machiavelli was not interested in morality. He was interested in results, and the results were consistent. Those who rationed their presence became intimidating. Those who explained themselves became disposable. A ruler who answered every insult appeared insecure. A ruler who responded to every critic revealed weakness. But the ruler who remained silent, who let enemies exhaust themselves shouting into emptiness, that ruler became dangerous. Because silence is not absence. Silence is dominance. Silence communicates that you operate beyond their reach, that their opinions do not rise to the level of your concern, that your energy is reserved for matters they cannot touch. This is why Machiavelli spoke of the fox and the lion. The fox avoids unnecessary traps. The lion knows which battles are beneath him. Most men today are neither. They chase every slight. They argue with every stranger. They bleed energy for nothing. You will not live this way. Power is not loud. Power is contained. Power does not defend itself. Power does not plead its case. Power exists, and others adjust accordingly. When you master controlled silence, you stop reacting to games designed by lesser minds. You build a game of your own. And in that game, restraint is victory. When you deny someone your response, something fractures inside them. The mind interprets dismissal as threat. The same neural pathways activated by physical pain ignite when someone is socially ignored. They feel it in their chest, in their breath, in their sleep. They replay conversations, searching for meaning. They draft messages they never send. They imagine explanations that will never arrive. You become a question their mind cannot solve. The human brain cannot tolerate irrelevance. We crave acknowledgement. We depend on feedback. When you deny this, you create obsession. They try harder. They shift behavior. They doubt themselves, all while you remain still. This is not cruelty. It is awareness. Weak men beg for attention. Strong men understand its value. When you ignore someone who has crossed you, you deny them closure. Closure is a privilege. Instead, you leave them suspended, uncertain, unsettled, diminished. The most severe punishment is not retaliation. It is insignificance, and it requires no effort from you. There is a difference between disappearing and withdrawing with intent. Disappearance signals loss, withdrawal signals authority. The disciplined man can be present yet unreachable. He listens without absorbing. He observes without engaging. This is not an act. It is a state. You decide where your presence is invested. You do not scatter it across drama, conflict, and noise. You preserve it like a weapon used only when outcomes are guaranteed. Most men destroy their value through Availability. They respond instantly. They explain endlessly. They engage compulsively, and they become common. Common things are never respected. Scarcity creates gravity. When access to you is limited, interest multiplies. Let messages wait. Let silence stretch. Mystery speaks louder than explanation ever could. Emotional distance is not cruelty. It is protection. Your inner world is territory. Not everyone is permitted entry. The less you give, the more you are sought. You are not vanishing. You are elevating. Not everyone earns your attention. Some deserve none. Enemies seek reaction. Critics seek relevance. Parasites seek energy. Acknowledging enemies empowers them. Ignoring them erases them. Critics create nothing. They consume from the sidelines. Responding lowers you. Silence nullifies them. Energy drainers disguise themselves as companions. They feed on your availability. Cutting them off requires no announcement. Every reaction you give to unworthy people is theft from your purpose. Power selects its battles. Silence is not weakness. It is the loudest refusal possible. Ignoring is simple to understand and difficult to master. Emotion will betray you. The insult burns. The urge to respond rises. This is where discipline is forged. Not by suppression, but by transcendence. Stoics called it inner invulnerability. Machiavelli called it mastery of self. Start small. Pause. Breathe. Do nothing. Let the emotion pass without expression. Practice until neutrality becomes instinct. The reactive man is controlled. The indifferent man is unreachable. This discipline is built through repetition, through failure, through restraint. Each time you choose silence, you strengthen your armor. Eventually, nothing penetrates it. Every interaction is strategic. Most people play without awareness. They react, they reveal, they lose. The highest move is often no move at all. Ignoring forces the other person forward. They chase, they explain, they seek. The balance shifts. In relationships, detachment creates leverage. In business, calm signals power. In hierarchy, non-neediness elevates status. You win not by engaging every piece, but by controlling the board. Caring excessively enslaves men. Approval becomes oxygen. Opinions become chains. Praise lifts you. Criticism destroys you. This is not sensitivity. It is dependence. Machiavelli warned against it. A ruler who seeks universal approval loses authority. Freedom begins when approval becomes irrelevant. The man who needs nothing cannot be controlled. This is the transformation. Not arrogance, structure. You are constructing a version of yourself immune to manipulation. Your posture changes. Your presence shifts. You no longer chase attention. It comes to you. You reserve warmth for the worthy, energy for purpose, words for impact. Everything else receives nothing. This is sovereignty. Your mind is territory. Your attention is gold. You decide who enters. From now on, you do not react. You act only when it serves you. This is what it means to be untouchable. If these ideas sharpened your thinking, support the work quietly. A like tells the algorithm this message deserves reach. A subscription ensures you don't miss the next lesson. Turn on notifications. Power favors those who stay informed.